paperwork to ask for this. I usually don't find next to but I'm gonna call again.
Hello. Welcome. Welcome. So it's been 1 year since Page 2 Poetry has started, and I have started hosting a new week with new challenges and new poetry. I hereby welcome you to the back room. Spring is just around the corner. Winter is slowly dying. Welcome to Page 2 Poetry at the Cush Cafe in the outskirts of the historical Wit District in Eugene, Oregon. It has officially, yes, I said this already, but once again, it's been 1 year since I started hosting. It's crazy how time flies. Oh man, I have become it's been 1 year since I've become your host and your not so humble overlord. All of you who are here tonight, you bring life to this event. You poets are the lungs and heart of this operation. You are the brains and souls. This event keeps me inspired. We inspire one another. Look at each other. Why not? Just look around. There we go. And there's me. I want to encourage all of you that write or play instruments, film or doodle, paint or take pictures. All of you who make things, make more things. Keep going. I believe in all of you. I don't believe in Harvey Dent. Just watch The Dark Knight. That's fair use. This town is rich with raw talent. I see it each week. I see it almost every day in one shape or another. Amy, what you doing? Yeah, there we go. Now he's... That was a great line. I love it. This place is no competition. This is a community of creative brilliance. And I see it in every single performer every week. It amazes me. So I want to encourage all of you to write books, make movies, follow your passion to the ends of the earth. If at first you don't succeed, keep trying anyway. Because you only get one life. This is not Super Mario Bros. Fair use! Yeah, I know you're being a real dick about that right now, YouTube. They are. I'll talk about that later. This is, after that one life, it doesn't matter. This is what matters. Bring your best. Bring what you think is your worst. Let's have a good time. Yeah. Can I get a fuck yeah? Fuck yeah. Anyway, here are the rules. 1, you get 8 minutes. After that, I will creep up on you with the alarm, and I won't turn it off until you are off the stage. No exceptions. 2, absolutely no copywritten material unless you yourself personally own it. YouTube has been taking down channels much larger than ours. Fair use is not an issue I want to get into tonight. However, I highly recommend reading up on it. 2, please turn your phones to silent, goddammit. You already know this. I don't have to usually say this one, but it's a good one to say. 3, by signing up you agree to be live streamed onto Cush's channel for page 2 poetry. The camera's right there. So if you want to talk directly into it, do it. And also hit subscribe if you are watching this currently. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, I mean, come on, what are you doing? Smoking pot? Hit subscribe. It's easy. Click subscribe. Oh yeah, and then hit like. Click like. Oh man, that was hard. All right. Our fourth and final rule. No bullying!
Yeah.
This includes picking on someone because of race, religion, and other obvious bullshit. Right? All right, I have one last announcement. I'm going to start fundraising again soon. I want to begin advertising in the weekly, more than just the calendar. I mean, like actual advertising. As well, I may need someone's help designing the most badass flyers possible. I mean, I'm talking if you like try and steal one, you'll get a paper cut. Fucking badass. Like, they will catch fire. If you like try and throw them away, like, I want them badass. I don't know quite the fees for doing that kind of paper, but, fucking arson charges, but like, whatever. After the show, we can talk more about this. And please, I implore you to talk to me about this. I really, I'm amazed at what word of mouth can do to bring people, but I want to see what will happen if I advertise. Like, think about it. Like, it'll be so crowded in here. It'll be crazy. No one will be able to leave. I mean, especially if I, do this. No one's leaving.
No, but potty, man.
Well, if you need the potty, you can just do it on the phone. I'm kidding. But I had to play with the gate. That was just too much fun. Oh man, I love it. I gotta say, engineers, God. Oh yeah, and if you want to be an engineer, because then you can make cool shit like that. I think gates are cool. As long as I'm the one who's shutting them. Anyway, with all that said and done, and also you guys know what'll happen. No, you don't. No one knows what's going to happen. But something awesome's about to happen. And I got a new poem for y'all. Can I get another fuck yeah? How about a few of them? Let's do 3. Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Yeah! That was fun. I love swearing. I've never been here before. This is my first time reading. No. All right. This is a poem I wrote in my sleep. I mean, I was literally half asleep when I wrote this. So, here you go. It's called Farmer Apocalypse. Sunburnt fields of golden wheat, crippled combines, dismembered sickle blades and augers, piles of belts surrounded by broken glass, blackberry bushes hugging the moss-caked sidelines, a mummified bull outside of the overgrown orchard. One day the fieldwork came to a crashing end. The air tasted sweet that morning. It could have been an aftertaste from the maple sausages and homemade flapjacks. A biplane was releasing yellow smoke, poisoning the critters made for big pumpkins and giant peaches. It made for skin cancer and masochistic voting. Most farmers gave up on trusting politicians. The closer to God they could get, the closer to a better harvest, sacrificing their rights. Because in this Dutch angle, that is what Jesus wanted from them. Follow the follower, town hall, and the place is packed. Hatred openly spoken. Follow the fool into hell. He will dress as a saint. Promises were made. People died because of them. These farmers kept it as together as they could. Feed a family of 4 for a year, homemade Wheaties, all GMO gardening. Vote with your soul, not with your heart. Vote for what will go wrong, because God will fix it one day, if there even is a God. In the dry season, I need like some props, man. God. No, I won't shoot my computer. Seriously, I can't. Poem. In the dry season, faith is challenged by actuality. The fields are barren, the fruit is rotten, and the stores are closed down. Walmart burned to the ground. Anarchy versus the Second Amendment. Oh, what? What's that? Is there an interruption?
Fuck Walmart.
God, I swear I'm gonna give you a haircut one day, Andrew. Yeah, seriously, it's distracting. Yeah, there we go. We'll have that next week. God, I lost my... Yeah, thanks a lot. Anarchy versus the Second Amendment. Dead protesters. One side versus the other side. In the country, it is man versus the elements. The elements are stronger than the law. Earthquakes live on a different schedule. Hurricanes will never obey. Tsunamis remind us that we are not as strong as we could be. Tornadoes destroy hard work. And nobody can control them. People can be controlled, dominated, washed of brain juice. Farmers want to survive out on their land with rifles ready for trespassers and lawmen. It is their will to survive. The devil could take over the world, and they would just keep farming and living off the land. The government can shut anything down. All it takes is the right kind of recruitment. Fight to live, live to fight. Starve to death in a bomb shelter, die of radiation poisoning. The tractor rusted, knocked over by the sheer force of the explosion. The combine crashed into the woods, its driver a vaporized shadow, and nobody survives this time. God is with his people. The farmers made it up, and it's just an illusion. They don't want to see the truth. A true believer will chase a dream until they are a shadow burned into the road. All of those moments captured in an eternal American Pompeii. The impulsive man with all the power shut down the country, all countries. Now Earth is a peaceful place devoid of conflict and non-cockroach life, the end. Thank you. You know, I recommend like writing as soon as you wake up. Like you know, maybe after you go to the bathroom. Don't hold it in. That's how you get stones. Nobody wants those. Or, you know, don't want those. Seriously. Please don't. Now, if you're one of those people, I don't even know what to say to you. Andrew! I'd never cut your hair. It looks so good. Look at it. This is nice hair. Man, fucking take it away. Oh, yeah.
Fuck Walmart, man. Fuck Walmart, man. Fuck Walmart. Let Walmart burn to the ground.
Nice and topical.
So I think is fuck Walmart. My lovely girlfriend came tonight. She's on that stool. There's 3 girls, and then the one on the end there by the pool. That's my lovely girlfriend right there. And it's pretty close to her birthday. I don't know if you want to sing happy birthday, dear Candace. Happy birthday.
What's your name?
Candace. Happy birthday, dear Candace. Happy birthday to you. All right, now here's how it's gonna go. I don't know if this is gonna turn out sappy or if it's gonna be really real or really morbid, but I'm just gonna ramble a little bit. I did write something, but I decided not to read it because I don't feel like it. So I'm just gonna talk about love and loving and being. And one of the things I'm going to say, man, is I'm going to say that waking up every morning, seeing the same face, looking at each other and facing the day is like a thing that happens to you, man. It's like a spiritual experience or something, man. It's like mundane as fuck, but so real. It's like day in, day out. What am I doing? I'm drinking coffee. Day in, day out. What am I doing? I'm doing dishes sometimes. Sometimes it builds up and then, day in, day out, I'm making food. And what am I doing? I have all these dead things, even if it is like not meat, it's like dead things. And I'm taking these dead things and I'm putting it in my mouth every day. Right, I'm putting these dead things in my mouth, and then I'm looking across usually not a table, it's usually very casual, like sitting on the floor or something, yeah. I'm looking across at my lover and I'm going, I can't even talk. I have so much fucking food in my mouth, so many dead things in my mouth that I want to say, isn't this an amazing, profound experience? I have these dead things in my mouth and you're across me. And that's life, man. Life is gross and life is mundane. But when there's somehow another human face in front of you doing the same, just as much of an ass out of themselves, going too, and they can't talk either, and you're just putting dead things in you. Something is there, like me and you, and about like us, and about like being together and doing basic stuff like drinking coffee and smoking sex and talking about politics and religion and philosophy and sharing our personal experiences. Man, we've done a good amount of LSD trips and mushroom trips since we've been together, and that really does put some interesting perspective on things. But you don't really need that, but yeah, it's pretty cool. To me, the mundane aspect and the profound aspect of existence they're not separate. They're two sides of the same coin. And anytime, in any moment, matter what is happening. It does not matter how or what TV show is on in the background or what radio station you're listening to or where you are or whether it's morbid or beautiful or comedic or tragic. It doesn't matter. It can be profound. It can be succinct. It can sum you up in an instant and define refine your character down to this little bit of fabric of a conversation between another person when you see each other day in and day out and you hear the same old stuff coming out of each other's mouth, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's something new. Boom, there's something, some instant of contact, some real breath, some fresh wind gusts like the Holy Ghost or Jesus Christ inside of you. I mean, it is religious. I mean, it is devotion. I mean, it is powerful. I mean, there is no other reason to be alive other than to know another person as closely as you can know them. And I'm not being corny, man, because there's going to be suffering and there's a cross and all that shit, and you're going to die and you're on your way into the ditch. And it's just a little bit of a journey until you get there. But if you can have some touch in the meantime, man, thank you.
Nom, nom, nom. There we go. Fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This is great. Man, mic stand. We could use some WD-40. Hey, Charles. Come on up here.
Alrighty. Oh, sweetness. Sweetness. I want to be around to hear your diaper poem.
Where's the diaper poem?
Does that scare you?
No.
Good.
Bring on the diaper.
Good.
Diaper poem.
And for all the children at home, listen to your mother. It might be time for bed. Four new ones. Cherry of the Pleiades. She moved angular like lightning, flowed like water down smooth rock. I saw her dark in her own way, brilliant like a sun and endless. I moved drawn by my own stars, fell just as far and twice as fast. Recognize one of my own in her when we were uprooted from a far place. We were always so few. Long I held I and only one, and tried to pass unnoticed, tried to pass as one of them. I only passed through homeless places. I only passed alone. She reminded me in music of her mute motion. She reminded me of what I was missing. In her motion, she spoke so many things, spoke of recall and a sight to the way. When I looked in her eyes, I saw far places. I saw far places as I have ever known. I looked and fell into them, sure of it. I fell into far places and came home. Words like lightning passed through me. Silent voices, they passed through me. Like light through eyes, you spoke of it. Come, let us find our new home again. Come, we've places to fill with dance. Come, there are words to be said, and all these tales of wonder to tell. If I burn my bridges, it will be from both ends. There like smoke I will rise. There like flame I will be consumed. There like sky I will be opened. I will be opened and pass through. Cherry, come home. There are days to count. Cherry, come home. There is dancing to be done. I've an ear to an empty room. Cherry, did you remember and bring the key? Crossing the Santiam. Rivers here flow high in winter, and in our summers low. I am older now, and we live in drier times. Deep waters beckon an ancient well, where I walk on broken docks. A newfound love, it buoys me like their ghosts in empty bays. Walk with me, lover, here, this dry bed I do not sleep. Step dance these bedrock stones. Release your waters, flood this heart. Fall with me these cascading years, melt glacial tears. Down like your fingers on my skin, drop, drop, drop to the final, final sea. This one's for Alicia and Nicole. The art of contortion. We may have been sliced into parallel lines and parts placed in boxes on high shelves. We may have been locked, bound, barred cages. Our foreheads are bruised by even now. Yet behind these bloodied skulls, magicians can be conjured from sparse ideas and strings to learn the art of light escape and to contort ourselves into the most beautiful things. Charlotte, your web holds me. Let me feel again the sting of your jagged fangs. In Charlotte's web. Come, my lover, the whippoorwill sings. It sings everything I never told you. It sings the hardwood song, a song I now know. Hardwoods have been home to us, these grown years now green. Cut one down, you will see the rings we have laid down and left behind. Come, my children, the whippoorwill sings. It sings everything I never told you. It sings the hardwood song, a song I now know. Hardwoods have been home to us, these grown years now green. Cut one down, you will see the rings we have laid down and left behind. Come, my friends, the whippoorwill sings. It sings everything I never told you. It sings the hardwood song, a song I now know. Hardwoods have been home to us, these grown years now green. Cut one down, you will see the rings we have laid down and left behind.
This mic stand is much better than that other mic stand. Oh.
Don't get hurt.
Why the fuck's there two stools up here? Who did this? Who's trying to sabotage me? I got a comment on those poems. They're beautiful. Seriously, that was amazing. Like I said, this place keeps you on your toes. You know, I mean, I almost just fell on my face. I almost lost the host. Boom, head injury. I gotta say, those were very profound, very beautiful. Just, man, that's a lot of work. I'm excited. Amy, come on up here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I'm running out of time. Yeah, that's cool. Don't worry about it. You know, once the alarms. Oh no, this was all a dream. Amy, come on, let's give it up for Amy. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, no, it seemed that other mic stand was a bit jankety.
I just want to say thank you to Cush Cafe for their very strong coffee. Because I was like really tired and I was only going to read one poem, so now I'll torture you with more.
I'm a hyper now. It's never torture.
Okay. Uh-oh. I'm not. Uh-oh, go away. Okay. No. I'm not very good with the. Here, I'll ask a young person. How do I make this shit go away right here? I want to ask him. No, that right there.
Yeah. Let's see. If you can.
Is it this here?
No, that'll undo.
Oh.
There.
Oh, genius! Okay. Uh-oh, now it's doing it. Now it's oh God. Okay. Take it. Here, take this pill. This pill may or may not alleviate your symptoms, but we know best, so take this pill. Please refer to the shiny ad with the glowing people who are skipping through the meadow after taking this pill. Never mind listening to the extremely fast stream of warming spoken in an undertone while your attention is on the meadow skipping. Never mind the possible difficulty breathing, heart palpitations, erection lasting over 4 hours. Okay, that one's not so bad. Dizziness, nausea, chest pain, dry mouth, my favorite, anal bleeding, thoughts of suicide. Oh my God, it just, okay, I have to go down here.
Oily discharge.
Oily discharge. No, it just somehow my document just, oh my God, just listen to my words and it has me talking about coffee here. Worsening depression and death. I don't understand technology. Just focus on the shiny people skipping through the glowing meadow that has no beeping machines, oxygen tubes, or hospital gowns. Yes, just focus on the meadow and here, take this pill. Just take it. Okay. Okay, gotta do one bitchy one, right? Because that's my thing, right? I'm gonna do my bitchy one. Going rogue. She was put out to pasture, the farmer feeling magnanimous that he didn't just put her down. Being that now she was worthless, having given pony rides most of her life to the point of exhaustion, bones sticking out, breath wheezing, foul, she huddled near an outcropping of trees all winter and into the spring. Nobody glanced her way as spring blooms began. She just kept chewing grass, breathing in new greenness, resting, chewing, resting, slowly fattening up. Hold on. She let the trees hide her, lest she didn't want to be discovered, lest she be made to resume the cheap rides. As the blooms burst full and birds sat in nests singing, nobody was prepared for what happened next. The old nag emerged, crashing through the barn, chewing saddles and kicking down fences. After that, and a swim in the lake, she noticed in the water's reflection her mane was thick again once more, despite her being put out to pasture. So she tossed it over her shoulder, stamped the ground several times, and galloped up the mountain. James, how much time do I have? Do I have time for one more? Or should I call it a night? Okay. This one isn't quite done, but at least it's not on my phone. how-to guide for men over 50 dating women over 50 based on true experiences. Disclaimer, if you're a young person in the audience already starting to feel like you might get grossed out, please take your unacknowledged youth privilege out of its gorgeous fucking package, and stick that shit in your back pocket. Okay, number 1. Just because you are a cisgendered heterosexual male doesn't mean that's all I date. I may date you one night, and the next night you may see me with my ex-boyfriend David from 30 years ago, who's now Danielle, but still has the same blue, green, violet, psychedelic eyes that mesmerize as she makes her tie-dyes. And am I confused? Yes. And am I going to stop dating her? No. So if you see us, just smile and keep on walking, and I'll see you the next night. And I'll enjoy you when I see you. I just ran out of stuff here. Oh, and I understand you were born and raised up in that 1950s and 60s extreme patriarchy. So that might be confusing seeing me dating someone that was David and is now Danielle. But if you have any trouble understanding it, just refer to the Bob Dylan song, The Times They Are A-Changing. Number 2. Sorry, this is as bad as the phone, huh? It might be related to me and nothing, and not technology or paper. Number 2, do not assume I am monogamous. Number 3, do not assume I am polyamorous. Number 4, let's have a little discussion about that. Number 5, this is very important, y'all. Do not perpetuate that tired, old, ageist, misogynistic myth that women over 50 have less of a sex drive than men over 50. If you'd like, we can engage in a sexual Olympics. You know, I enjoy good competition, but ladies, I'm wondering how that myth got started in the first place. I think we might know who wins, but I didn't really say that officially because that would be sexist, so I didn't say that. Okay, whatever I'm at. Number 5. If you come to me with your big brown eyes and your big blue eyes or your big blue, green, violet, psychedelic tie-dye eyes and say, Amy, I don't know what happened. I was too busy following the Grateful Dead and getting stoned and dropping acid or doing a startup tech company and raising kids and buying a house and selling a business and all that stuff. I forgot to have a 3-way. It's on my bucket list. This ticker, it's having some issues. Amy, can we please have a 3-way? You can pick the person. It's on my bucket list. Would you deny me that last dying wish? Please. I promise you, baby, I will look high and low and wide and far for that gorgeous, sexy, eager man for us to have a 3-way with, but dips on the middle spot.
Oh man, comedy and poetry, they go so well together. Seriously, it's like fucking coffee and chocolate, Speaking of which, if you haven't tried the Tiger's Eye white chocolate, okay, probably should. Anyway, Tani. Wait. Fuck.
Yeah, that was quick.
That was quick. God, someone crossed out the last one. No, Shayna. God damn. I'm getting all excited with this pen that works. Usually my pens don't work. Usually I have to break them and snap them to use the ink. For once, look, see, it works. Making lines all over. Hey, Shayna, come on out. Surprise! You were in front of me the whole time. So, are you a first-time reader? No. Second time. Well, this is your second time reading. So there you go.
You only get one second time.
That's right. You only get. Are we gonna try? Oh, okay. Okay, Shayna.
funny poems. I've got some serious things going on. I think I'm going through a really vulnerable time right now where I'm kind of breaking out of my shell in a new way, which is exciting and scary and beautiful and a lot of things. And so I have a poem about that to start off. It's been a long, cold winter, and now that it's spring, my soul seed is thawed and swollen with water. I shoot out a root as my shell breaks open, a cry for truth, a shot in the dark, trusting nothing but the coding of my ancestors in my cells. The most ancient of transformations is happening now. I cannot go back to the way I was. Okay, and then, thank you. This one is about people who take on other people's truths as their own, even if they don't agree with them, in order to make themselves feel better or chase some kind of happiness or something. You want some enlightenment? Here's some fucking enlightenment. The truth that comes from your own experience is the only truth there is. No matter how influential a person is in your life, if what they say doesn't ring true for you all the way to your core, then it's not your truth. I've been living in lies that I thought were true because people I deeply love and respect and depend on told me their truths, and I took them on as my own without first checking with my soul. I have been working against the current of my soul in order to uphold these lies of my ego, an ego that was formed by trying to meet the expectations of others. Fuck that. There's a place inside of me that knows what I really want. It's time for me to put down roots in this soil of this place and make it come alive. Okay, here's another one. Here's the truth right now. Every bone in my body has been broken. I walk around guarding my brokenness, pretending I'm okay, like an injured rabbit who hides her injuries so as not to become prey. I cannot pretend to be okay any longer. The knotted mass of my protective layer is unraveling, and now I'm naked to myself. It's time for me to share this truth with others. My entire existence has been a complex web of lies, and like a spider, I capture my prey in this web. I realize now that I've been the prey all along. The truth has arrived to free me from this web, and in the meantime, as I fall apart, I'm working to change my relationship with myself and with the world around me. I'm not pleasant to be around all the time, and only those who have experienced a death like this can understand. Okay, and this one I wrote earlier tonight when I was thinking about beauty and how it's kind of put to the side a lot of the time. Love and beauty are starving in this world. This economy has almost no room for the people whose only purpose in life is to create beauty and joy. And so we have a bunch of artists and musicians and lovers and poets and mothers and monks who are pretending that their life purposes are to be accountants and mechanics and computer programmers and coffee shop workers and secretaries just so they can make money to survive. We have flowers pretending they're trees so they don't get stepped on and crushed. And in this way, we lie to our souls and the beauty fades away. And the lush, life-giving forests are cut down to make room for roads and gas stations and rows of houses and corporate buildings. And the flowing, pulsing life force in our souls is drained out and filled with beer and Coca-Cola and sadness and a sense that something is missing, but it's okay, let's just watch Netflix and order takeout. And the lies prevail. To live in one's full truth is to swim against the current. What does this say about the current of our society? May we all become rocks of truth that can withstand the current of the river of lies.
That was awesome. That was really cool. I feel like that last line, that's like something I like. If I kind of wish I could get like some of these lines tattooed on me. I could do that, but I don't have money, so I actually. And I'm not going to an amateur, man. I am not going to someone who's gonna fuck that up. You know, like, I'll be like, yes, back of the arm, and then I look and it's like, fucking, I painted my arm. You just did it. You just wrote it in dicks. Why'd you do that? That hurt. All right, Tawny.
For reals this time.
Yeah, for real. Oh yeah, watch out for the stools. There's a bunch of them all over.
Yeah, I'm seeing these.
Oh, that one's not one to worry about. Now that asshole.
Fuck that guy.
Take it away.
All right. This one is called My Father Asks, and my father will not like this poem. My father listens to me read and incredulous asks, "Can't you write something happy, something light and carefree? This is all too dark for me." Good thing it's not for you then, father. But let me answer your query in the form of yet one more dreary poem. I look out in the world, father, and see not carefree, light, or simplistic happy. My eyes were shaped far too cynical for that, and are you not proud of the beast you've wrought? Every time you raised your hand, knuckles turned down, hand angled like a knife to me, an insolent and impatient child, the flinch echoed down the length of my spine. It reverberated through my ribs, changed the vibration of my breath and the pulse of my heart. It snaked its way back up my spine, a shadowy and wicked kundalini, to set its long hooked fingers into the white matter of my brain and change the colors in which I saw the world, but at least you never followed the motion through. Unlike your own then godless father figure who so loved to remind you and your brother that you were small and he was large. Except for that once when outside the screen on the back door of that old manufactured home between the bright pink roses and the waxy rhododendron leaves, your hand came cascading down, open, rough, and calloused palm to young, impressionable cheek. But I was too much your own child, for though the sting stuck long and hard, it did not stick respect or even fear. In the end, the red imprint of your fingers on my face stuck in anger, burning, deep. Or recall that time when our old dog proudly pranced all silver and gray, with duck and mouth all muddy and with drool and blood and dangling by rubbery broken neck, and onto the porch you stormed, hunting rifle in hand, while I with my tiny fist beat your knees and screamed, "Please stop, please don't kill him, please," as though it were my responsibility to make sure you didn't kill the family pet. Far easier-headed I than many a lost child forgotten in the cracks and shadows, and yet nonetheless did such things shape my eyes and the things they do see, though to be frank, it wouldn't take such change, I think, to see the things I see. I look out into the world, father, which I was awoken to one September morning when mother came yelling into my room about New York's burning towers, and sleepy-eyed and dreary I came out to watch those towers fall. I look out into the world into which my best friend was born and beaten until deformed, into which only a number of my many friends, which fits upon these fingers, have come and not been molested, raped, and abused. And I see darkness. I see cruelty. Did you know around about 30% of children will be sexually abused, but that these numbers can't be certain, though they can certainly be believed to be too small, because we know these things are vastly underreported. Surely you've heard that 1 in 6 women will be raped, though my own anecdotal experience puts that number much higher. Probably you don't know that statistics for male victims are unabashedly flawed, because too many people still don't believe men can be raped, though I believe those folks can go right on and fuck themselves. Or did you know Native American women are disproportionately victimized, and the only ethnic group so routinely victimized by men outside of their ethnic group? Or that 98% of perpetrators never see the inside of a jail cell? I look into the world, father, and I see oppression, systematic madness even the Joker might balk at. I watched the protests in Egypt and saw the protesters ran down by police cars, ambulances, bodies tossed like dolls under the wheels. I watched the statue of Saddam Hussein tore down mere decades after our government installed him, and today I see Iraq still in shambles. The Islamic world post-colonialism shrouded in smoke and flame spread by hour-long meddlesome fingers and shameless drones. We are the midwives of hatred, of division and terror, too busy with such things to put out the fires in our own homes. Men choked by police for selling cigarettes, women dangling suspiciously by their necks in jail cells after failing to use a blinker, men running unarmed, shot in the back, widowers and orphans, childless mothers. Why, I counter to your question, dear Father, should I write stories about blissful peace and merry simplicity when these are not the things I see when I look out into this world? And yet, dear Father, there is this one small matter you so often miss when it comes to the world as I see it and I report it here. Amid necessary disease and decay, I also spy, blooming like flowers out of the steaming shit, little specks of irreverent beauty. Half again, the people dearest to me have taken to themselves with razor blades and pills in determined attempt to free themselves from this plane, and still they live walking among us, singing, laughing, loving, building themselves into temples which I visit for worship, and I among them with a tattered hide, a survivor I've been called of the things that were done to me. Survivors are we all in our shaken, unsteady hands. Rises a generation who will be better than we. My very own nieces, your very own granddaughters, my father, who were dragged wailing into this world to watch it slowly dying, then raise their eyes to the skies and know that in that eternal dark, stars are being born among the death, and we are but dust in the middle of that great cosmic game. I do not, Father, write the light, carefree, and happy, for those stories, understand, do not churn out survivors. Rolling meadows made of green colored by flowers blooming do not breed beautiful resilience into the bones of their occupants, and it is not softness or dawdling I wish to celebrate. I do not raise my voice in praise of the candy which rots my teeth, but those mean things which force me bigger, better, stronger than I have ever been, and that, Father of mine, is why I write the darkness.
Holy shit. Jesus. Man. Fuck! Holy shit.
Fuck yeah.
Respect. Mad respects. God, do you need a hug?
Sometimes. On
Okay,
occasion.
well, there you go.
Thanks.
Man, that was everyone. God, you guys are killing it. And I know there's like that many more to go. Yeah. This still won't show you good. Really? Good. I kind of want books from like all of you. I mean, I said this at the beginning, but I really mean it. I want some fucking books. Where are my books? What's going on? All right, Rob. You may come out now. There we go. Take it away.
My journey from optimistic environmentalist to cynical survivalist. When you factor in climate change, peak oil, and the economic collapse and human suffering that will accompany them, it is not an exaggeration to say that we need a complete bottom-to-top restructuring of human civilization, and we need it right fucking now. Actually, we needed it 30 years ago, but that's not going to happen now, is it? Building a new paradigm capable of even beginning to replace our current completely unsustainable paradigm of modern industrialized civilization is going to be so wrenching, so traumatic, and so disruptive of the existing paradigm that any politician attempting to bring about 10% of the necessary change is going to be committing political suicide. So, a strong, environmentally conscious, progressive liberal Democrat will say, quick, you've got to vote for me. I'm going to do 2% of what desperately needs to happen. And my opponent, the Republican, is only going to do 1% of what needs to happen. So you can see I'm twice as good as my opponent. So it's extremely important that you vote for me. So therefore, nothing meaningful is going to be done to address climate change, the end of fossil fuels, or anything else, Our magnificent leaders are going to keep applying crazy glue, band-aids, chewing gum, and duct tape to the existing paradigm until the whole thing just falls over and goes kaboom. Another way of putting it is to say that the human family is going to achieve sustainability involuntarily rather than voluntarily. Because you see, sustainability is not optional. Sustainability is not optional. We will achieve sustainability because to do anything less is unsustainable. What's tragic is that the longer we procrastinate and make excuses, the more wrenching and traumatic this transition is going to be. But rather than experience a little discomfort and economic hardship now, those in positions of power are sentencing us to experience a lot of discomfort and a fully collapsed economy later. Imagine the most beautiful, wide-eyed, innocent children. You know, the little 4-year-old ones, 3 and 4 years old. They're just so innocent and open, you know. Now, ask yourself, what is the meanest, most despicable thing you could imagine doing to them? Like a violent sexual assault of a 4-year-old would be pretty nasty, of course. But at least the child would ultimately recover from that. It might take decades and decades of therapy, but the child would recover from that. Young children alive today will attempt to grow old in a world where hundreds and hundreds of millions of people are watching not just their homes, but also their farmland get inundated by rising sea levels. All that amid a completely collapsed environment and economy and a world ravaged by disease, toxicity, and war. 40 years from now, the fossil fuels that we take for granted today will, for all intents and purposes, be gone. Now, I have an exercise for any of you who drive a car. Tomorrow morning, have a really good hearty breakfast, and then go outside and try pushing your car the distance you can drive it on 1 gallon of gasoline, for which you paid about $2. You'll discover that a gallon of gasoline is the energy equivalent of a dozen slaves doing grueling, back-breaking physical labor for several days. You paid $2 for this, right? A gallon of gasoline that is so compact and energy dense that you can put it in a plastic can and saunter down the street with it. At the time of this writing, there was nothing, no technology on the horizon capable of coming even close to replacing the energy return on energy investment that civilization has enjoyed with fossil fuels. It is a one-time geological energy inheritance that we are pissing away on the stupidest of shit. And the more we piss it away, the less it will be available to help us build the new world that we desperately need. Probably arriving sooner than the brunt of climate change or the end of fossil fuels will be the collapse of the world's economy. Perhaps knowing how utterly unsustainable humankind's trajectory is, our magnificent leaders see nothing wrong with running the world economy in a manner that is equally unsustainable.
That's right.
Yeah, all of the world's currencies are fiat currencies with nothing backing them but the paper they're printed on. Levels of debt the world over are at record highs and growing exponentially, debt that will never be paid off. The central banks of the US, Europe, and Japan are printing vast amounts of money out of thin air. That is the only thing keeping Wall Street and the other financial markets from tanking. With this irresponsible money printing, it is only a matter of time before investors the world over recognize the unsustainability of it all and pull out of speculative financial markets in favor of hard assets. Drowning in debt, the central banks will continue printing money, bringing about a hyperinflationary death spiral of the world's economy. Quite literally, the container ships and tractor trailer rigs could stop running and the food could stop getting delivered to stores. 15 years ago, I was an optimistic environmental activist. To my dismay, I have watched as my optimism has been replaced by a cynical disgust for the clowns with their hands on the levers of power in the world. In the 1990s, I pioneered green building in Eugene and was a fierce anti-car bicyclist. Now I say, fuck it. Why should I ride my bike in the rain or turn down the thermostat when our so-called leaders are not going to lift a finger to do anything meaningful to address climate change or prepare for the end of fossil fuels? No, I'll just continue to live a reasonably comfortable life, learning to grow food, teaching people what I know, and doing my meditation practice, knowing that in the end, the human family will achieve sustainability, even if it's just the sustainability of dust blowing on the wind.
Okay, I have a feeling I'm definitely saying this a lot tonight. Holy shit! Jesus. Fucking righteous. My God. Oh, the world we're living in. It's a crazy world, but it's still better than Mars. Fuck Mars. Anyway. Will. I see you in there. Come on out here. Come on out here. You want to sit on the stool? How are we going to do this?
We're gonna down a little bit.
All right. I'm going to turn you up a bit.
Take it away. Yeah, the guitar's too. Yeah, dude. I didn't write any poetry this week, so I just wanted to come in and do a couple songs for you. My time's up.
No, you're fine.
Trigger warning at the end of my last song. I am going to use the F word, and I'm not talking about fuck. It's all in good taste, I assure you. This song I wrote a long time ago. It's called simply "Forgiveness." Won't you please forgive me, earthly mother, for I know not what I say. Forgive me, earthly father, for each and every day that I exist. I knew that you'd be pissed, but I guess I knew the risk when I got into this. So forgive me, Dionysus, forever being born, forever using love to make a woman scorn. Now I guess I got myself to blame for playing all of these fucking games, for driving my brain insane and trying to use music to make me feel the same. But I am just a foolish, arrogant young man trying to keep myself from thinking that I got the master plan. Yeah, my shit is so fucked up, I'm like a packet on a donkey truck. It ain't even worth getting into, man. Never ever thought that you would be this close to me, but now I see that I can fuck everything I was supposed to believe, cause shit just happened so ominously. All these years later, I have forgiven the gods that have forsaken me. So all these conversations and sideways connotations were merely just creations of a fucking situation of being too young and stupid to truly know who we are. I guess I should have never let it go that far. Ultimately, I guess it's all for the best. Fuck everything and kill like the rest. There's one thing that I know now. It's bitch, you ain't my path to success. I don't know whose dick you're on, but I know what you ain't on mine. I guess I hope you find a guy that loves the way you lie. So I guess I'm done writing on you and all the bullshit you put me through. I'm starting to think that writing the song was well below you. But bye, Felicia, nice to meet you, though I wish I never had. Cause loving you was like Digimon. 'Twas just a 5-year fad. Thank you. I guess this is just called The World. I never titled this one. So here we go, titled The Cush. There we go. Remember my own song. This is a song for all the broken hearts and the way you rearrange my parts. We are a broken few whose hearts held together with gum and glue. So come with me and my imaginary friends and we'll visit a land where we can pretend that we're never really alone, and we can fix everything by just putting on a song. But this is not the world we live in, with backstabbing men and scandalous women. Oh, they want everything when you ain't got shit, 'cause it's a ride or die world, and don't you fucking forget it. This is a song for who you used to know, and the way good coke makes you crinkle your nose. I don't know what the fuck I've been told, but a whiskey stained mattress is mine and gold. Yeah, I'm the Grim Reaper of Babylon. I'm the one motherfucker you can't count on, and fuck all these goddamn two-line rhymes from here on. I'm going freestyle, fuck wow. I've been here more times than you can even fucking count. Suck me in, chew me up, and spit me out. I'm the human equivalent of gum. I'm just so damn sweet, but my life's always a chewing on. No fun, no sleep. I hate it once so fucking much. I can't eat, can't breathe. I just want to be happy. Too bad, faggot. The dream's not for you. I don't know why, but it seems to be the truth that this is the world I live in, with backstabbing men and scandalous women. Oh, they want everything when I ain't got shit, 'cause it's a ride or die world, and I will never forget it. Thank you guys. Thank you very much.
Where's a good recording studio when you need one?
Fucking right?
Seriously. Actually, I know a guy. And I'm going to make sure he has work to do. You should give me some business cards. Seriously, I mean networking. It's a small town. It's full of raw talent fucking everywhere. It's spewing all over. All over. God, why don't you sing more? Will, where are you? Come out. Come out from the shadows.
What?
I said, why don't you sing more? I've never heard you sing before. That was really cool.
I just need to write more music. I want to put all my poetry to music and like.
You know, poetry translates well into song.
Yeah.
You know? God, seriously though, raw talent everywhere is great. It's so cool. You know. And anyone that disagrees can go fuck themselves. Actually, no, they can't. They don't even know how. They don't even know how to fuck themselves. Anyway, we got a brand spanking new poet. His name is Jeremy.
Yeah, so I didn't know that I was going to be at a poetry reading today. I'm traveling from Portland, visiting a friend, and I wanted to read some excerpts from a book that I'm writing about poetry and driving across America by yourself. So, yeah, this will be a little disjointed, but that's what open mics are for, right? So anyway, I'll start off with a poem. The profundity of travel cannot be reached in a poem. There isn't enough ink to fill the page with the colors of language introduced to me by an ever-changing landscape. Nor can music deliver the accented tongues of the natives who have taught me more than any book ever will about the nature of kindness and the mystery of synchronicity. When you get out of the driver's seat and let fate take the wheel, leaving your past self who swore they knew everything to choke on the dust, you will finally be humbled by the path you were destined to walk down. Thank you. Yes, I don't usually read on a phone, so I have to scroll down. Okay, so let's see. All right, so now I'll read some excerpts about leaving town, leaving Portland. So this was it. It was 5 a.m. and I sat in the driver's seat and prepared myself for the takeoff by lighting a stick of Palo Santo and channeling Rollins' optimism by repeating, "I can do this, I can do this," out loud a few times. I turned on the engine, flicked my iPod to life, deciding to let fate choose the first song of the soundtrack as I drove off into the great big nowhere that awaited me outside Portland's city limits. And then I have to write the interim. But after 15 hours of nearly nonstop driving, I rolled into Salt Lake City. It was dark besides the white glow of the Mormons' famous Temple Square, lit up like a prodigal castle. I pulled up and parked outside the square's entrance to text my mom I had made it. We were both impressed that I had driven nearly 800 miles in one stretch, alone. I guess that's the good thing about being an addict. You are always wanting to push yourself past your limit. Just one more mile. I took a walk around Temple Square and took a picture of its white majesty and used the bathroom in a Mormon bookstore. I got lots of looks as I entered the women's restroom, an androgynous intruder in the holy land of paperbacks. My mom continued to text me and ask me if I was going to get a room somewhere or camp out in my car. I don't know why she asked, because she wasn't going to like the inevitable answer. Car, I texted back. Immediately, the ellipsis thought bubble filled my screen, foreshadowing that she was about to get all mom on my ass. Please don't, she wrote. If you need money for a room, just ask. Luckily, she couldn't hear my frustrated sigh all the way from California. I have plenty of money, Mom, I wrote back. It isn't about that. I'm open to getting a room if I have time to enjoy it, but tonight I just need to rest a while. This time, she didn't type back right away, so I just added a "don't worry" to end the conversation. Now the mission was to find a place to park for the night. Things weren't looking very good. I somehow made my way to the outskirts of downtown Salt Lake City. The lights started to blur, my mind mush from overstimulation. I started to feel even more like I was on drugs, hallucinating in my sleep-deprived reality. What the fuck? I'm in fucking Salt Lake City, I thought to myself. I was delirious and was starting to feel frantic anxiety over where I would park for the night. Barely able to see straight, I surrendered to the fact that if I tried to drive much further, I could get into an accident. I had already been driving around the block a few times, so I pulled into a busy Flying J truck stop. I had second thoughts once I found a parking spot and observed the scene. Rough-looking women chewing their cheeks wandered around the perimeter of the lot, while men sat in their cars either resting or waiting for something. Trucks loomed on idle. Car doors slammed as people ran into the truck stop to buy junk food and gas. Every sound seemed to be amplified. Well, this is as good as it gets, I thought to myself, knowing I had reached my driving limit for the day. I comforted myself, thinking at the very least, the loudness meant the place was hopping with witnesses rather than an isolated, dimly lit rest stop. I cleared the back seat and crammed myself in, pulling my black wool blanket over the front seat to create a makeshift car tent. When I quickly dismantled it, realizing I had left my mace and the knife Rollin had given me in the driver's seat side door panel. After reconstructing my blanket cave, I slumped back into the seat with my weapons within reach. Then I remembered one of my paranoid friends warning to leave a window cracked so I wouldn't suffocate, and had to rearrange the whole setup once again. Finally, I got settled in and texted my mom back, telling her I had made a blanket for it to hide in, just like when I was a kid, and I had all the alarms on my car. I think I told her this in an attempt to calm my own nerves, but between the slam of car doors, the squeal of truck brakes, and the fear of someone watching me, I could only sleep with one eye closed the entire night. Thank you.
Oh man, I really want to know what happens next. I hope you come back, but you're only passing through though, right?
I'm back on your way. I'll come down and visit.
Okay. Well, also, I have a page on the Facebook that's the official page 2 poetry page. Oh man, redundant. I don't even want to say that sentence. Someone else say it, please.
Page 2 something.
Okay, Andrew, come on up here. You with your red hair and your moppy face, who is so talented and beautiful. Come on up here. Stop strutting, you handsome bastard. You're making me look bad. Give me a hug. Okay. Can you say it? Page 2 poetry. Then you gotta say that word page twice.
The page?
No. Okay, you're fucking it up.
The page 2 page?
Okay, fine, I'll do it. I'll do it myself. Okay, it's the page 2 poetry page on Facebook. I'm James Otter. You can find me, top result, blah, blah, blah. You know. Seriously, though, I mean, you know, that's where I post every weekly live stream, including this one. You know. It's missing?
Maybe I have to read twice.
No, you go page 2 poetry. It's like the number 2.
Oh, okay.
Not like page 2 or page 2, like 2 somewhere. All right. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the alarm before it, bans me. Anyway, we're coming up on the halfway point, so I'm just gonna say, stretch your, while you're sitting down, like take your legs and do this. No, get up. Stand up. Get up. Stand up. Stand up because the host told you to. Get up. Stand up. Sit the fuck back down. Oh, yeah. That's how it works. Okay. Anyway. Zach, you have been waiting patiently for me to call you up. Come on. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Yes. Of course you have.
I got backstage passes.
Fuck yeah. Hey, everyone who goes through the poetry slot gets backstage passes. Because that's backstage. Alright, sitting, standing, levitating.
I just have kind of a large bubble. I don't know. It's cool. It changes,
Dude, this town's a large bubble.
Speaking of which, you're not going to see my eyes for this whole
Take it away.
Colossal salted teddy bear.
Oh, man.
Aerodynamic. Microphone. Own. Honorable. Bulgar. Girdled. Letter terrific. Ficus customized.
That's awesome.
I want to give a little, not like a speech. Fuck. No, it's cool. You can talk or text or whatever for a second. Oh, right. Poems. Like, what is poetry? And, there's like sassy people in the audience who are going to be like, don't tell me what poetry is. But that's chill. Like, maybe you do want me to tell you what poetry is. So one of my friends, he's a famous poet. I find myself imitating him, like, unconsciously. You've never heard of him, but I remember he gave me one of his poems once, and he was like, oh, did you read that? And I was like, yeah. He's like, where did you read it, dude? And I was like, in my room. He was like, why would you read that fucking poem in that apartment, dude? No. He's like, you're not supposed to read it in a shitty place like that. And he's like, he meant it. So I know what he means by that. Because you can't really appreciate a great poem if you're not in a great place necessarily. So there's that. And then how you write poems too. Not just what do you write? Where do you write it? Who do you write it with? What's the weather like? How's your mood? Did you eat? What did you eat? How was it? You know what I mean? So think about that. Because I don't. Somebody has to. That's activism right there. I'm like, yo, I got a great idea. You do it. But anyway, train normal, lazy Yoda, animal link kosher, rock kinky, yuck, kettle eras, earth hopeful, lesbian nitrate, excellent. Tornado obvious, serpentine kiss, sudden noisy, young garage, eating growlers, stumble, entering gargoyle, ecstatic, chronic core, eligible. So these poems are collaborative. And if you haven't noticed, there's kind of this, probably there's a word for this, but I don't know what it is. The end of each word is the beginning of the next word kind of thing. So that might make it more interesting if you're wondering why I would ever write poems like this. Peach Hero ordered Balance Everest, terrible epitaph, fungi Italian, Noose Extreme, elaborated delicious, surprisingly you underwater, radical, lizard dog growing, gracious water, rat turtle eternal love enterprise.
That's awesome.
I'm going to skip the next one in the interest of saving some time. This poem, let me tell you, I wrote this poem with a 9-year-old friend of mine who is a genius. And I had to kind of censor the poem because she was like wanting to go really raw. And like, I keep my poetry very clean. You know, I'm not trying to go there. But anyway, here it is, without further ado. It's called The Junk Lady. She wanted to call it The Drunk Lady. I was like, how unimaginative. Once there was an old restaurant in the West, and next to the restaurant there was a junkyard. And in the junkyard there lived an old junk lady. She spent a lot of time out in the junkyard, scratching in the dirt with a stick. Every time she found $1 or $2, she would go next door to the restaurant and get drunk. She could only get drunk because the restaurant was not pricey and the drinks are 10 cents each. By the way, that's not our 10 cents each, that's like capital R, letter R. One day she ate a burrito that she found in the trash and felt something funny in her mouth. It was a $100 bill. She didn't know what to do with it, but she knew she wanted to help people now that she was rich. All day she thought about it, and around sunset she had to poop. When she looked in the toilet, she saw a big pile of money, all $100 bills. She was poop rich. Thank you.
Oh man, I wish I could shit money like every day. I know every day, you know, I'm kind of like walking down the street and I'm like, one day there's just gonna be a big bag of money just waiting for me. I know that's selfish. No, what's wrong with being? That's fucking great, man. You gotta come back, all of you new poets. I want to see you again. Seriously. All of you regulars also. All of you. And irregulars. I think there's a lot of those here too. I think more. I don't know. No one knows. There we go. Bantered through the alarm again. Okay, Joshua, come on.
Joshua!
I know you've been waiting.
Oh, I'll take care of this.
You know, I know you got this.
Yeah.
Take it.
I used to do this for a living. He's been here a year, so have I. Who out there remembers the Ecdesius limericks? One. Oh, one,
Next one.
2, 3. Okay, the rest of you get. I'll just do a couple. I start out by. Oh yeah, I'll do a couple for you, trying to be amusing. Just so you know, the word Ecdesius comes from the Greek word ekdesis, to remove the outer covering, like a snake sheds its skin. So an Ecdesius is a stripper. There once was a sick young Ecdesiast. Let's see, no. An Ecdesiast, sporting a cast, found she could not shed her clothes all that fast. She'd rip and she'd tear and try to get bare and leave the poor patrons aghast. Let's see, the other one was that I liked the most was, God, I'm blanking on these. Oh, I'm blanking on the Ecdesius poems.
blanking on the. Hold on. I'm pulling this up. The guy in the back of my head is asleep. He's on strike. Oh well. Let's see. There once was a dirty ecdesiast who. Let's see. Once was a dirty ecdesiast whose armpits were known as the cheesiest. Said the boss of the club, if she won't use the tub, she can dance by the door where it's breeziest. There once was a sick young ecdesiast who found that her dance was the sneeziest. She made her at shoes wearing only her shoes and found that her tips were the measliest. So that's the amusing part of tonight's poem. Since last time I was here, I promised to do my mother's poem about bugs, and I forgot it, and I remembered it. Dear Mom, thank you, Mom. I was working on the radio and had her read it and used it for sign-off one time. I drank a bug. It was mixed up in the ice. It was just a little bug, but it wasn't all that nice. It was either drink the bug or throw away the drink. And if you thoughts are like my thoughts, then you think like I think. So if this happens to you and he's floating in your mug, be a man and swallow him. It's harder on the bug. Okay, well, who wrote about darkness tonight? That was you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You know, I get up here and I come here partly to try to reinstate my trust in love, and it's so beautiful to see you guys talking about love. And it's nice. Yeah, the divorce is going real shittily. And it's nice to hear about the darkness as well. It's called Her Ghost. Her ghost is here tonight, sitting beside me on the couch, and I wonder in my melancholy if it could have worked. Her eyes are loving, sad and deep, her smile a light that hurts the heart, but ghostly, unseen, the breath of presence. She was queen of the desert, oasis of my heart, abandoned as I have left all things that have not left me. The ghost remains in the farthest corner of my skull and sings a song of wonderment and joy and forgiveness from beyond that great wall. Thank you.
This is a jovial night, isn't it? I mean, it is. God, every time. Well, you know what they say about the spice of life, don't you? It's variety. What is it? God, way to yell. It's okay. I didn't really make it apparent to yell variety. You know, like that. That's just kind of something. Anyway, it's someone's birthday, but don't sing to them. Listen to them. Just listen to them. Plus, like, honestly, the happy birthday songs are so fucking obnoxious. Like, by the time you're in your 20s or your 30s, it's kind of like, oh, yay. Actually, what if, like, instead of spankings, they made you sing that song that many times? Anyway, it's been a while since you've read on this stage, Candace. Come out from the shadows. I'm the well-lit shadows. It's nice to have you back.
All that overtime I'm doing at work.
All right, take it away.
Thank you, Dave. This one's called, I'm just going to do one tonight. I'm very short with my time usually. This one's called A Wanderer's Sutra and a Traveler's Prayer. Another travel one. Let me travel, cross nations and territories like X's on on paper. Allow the financial securities to falter by the wayside. Spray dust and dirt off my shoes from the trail left behind. Present new friends from adventure to my moral toe being and all its fibers. Let me travel to the destinations that create possibilities for dreams to come true and transcend all impossibilities. Got me to get through. The voice in our head says go, leave town, walk south and follow the water's edge to the end in endless beach sunsets and the heat of summer moves with the earth's rotation. Ought to eat, sleep, and read the whole way down all the books we can find. Shakespeare, Buddha, People's Magazine, articles from The Onion. Create a destination for yourself in order to resurrect yet another desire to aspire travel. Leave your home. Let's all go travel together.
All right. Very great job. Thank you. Wow, that's a shitty. That's one of those bad sentences too. Very great. That was a very great job. You know, good very job. Oh man. So we have a brand new performer. His name is Muhammad. How you feeling?
I'm feeling kind of nervous, but all right.
It's understandable, you know.
We're not scary.
In fact, this is one of the most supportive audiences in all of Eugene. Yep. Actually, this is the most supportive audience in all of Eugene. So you have this.
All right. It's probably the first time performing for other people. It's just I'm performing a song I wrote. It's not necessarily like poetry without music, but I wrote it with a song, but I can also do it a cappella just to see if people like it. I'm making more. Well, my bad. I'm making moments, always on the movement, creating a legacy. Words of unity, change needed desperately. I'm speaking truly, realizing life's beauty. Some don't notice, gain focus, keep motion, mind open, time's frozen, clock broken. I'm chosen, on my bike coasting. Where am I going? So much smoking, dabs potent. How I go far, drift to the stars, a place of acceptance. See my expression, soul I'm blessed with. Many times told, I shine like gold, following goals while life unfolds, staring up high while I analyze what a beautiful sight. Light I find, nice rewind, beats on repeat, made by the monkey, the one and only. He's coaching, I'm training, building confidence, caring less about outfits and hot chicks. The bars speak emotion.
Hey, you're doing great.
I think that's it. Thank you for listening. I'll hopefully improve by the next time. You know. I'll try one. I'll try one more if I remember it. Okay. Plastic planet, whoever planned it. Okay. Plastic planet, whoever planned it must die. Plastic planet, whoever planned it must die. I don't get that one. My bad. I guess.
We don't know how your song goes, so when you mess up, it's
Yeah.
Okay, word. It's just I thought I was gonna remember it and I didn't. So
You know, I never remember any of my work.
One more time.
You can do it.
when the bass hits, the ground shifts. Vibes get me high, music on my mind, hear it day and night. My spirit can fly, eject to the sky. They fail to hypnotize. Close my eyes, mind stabilized, body energized, ready for the fight. War of time, organize and strategize. No structure compromise, no human rights. The warriors riot, battle for freedom. Tricked to believe and we need them. Actually, they're nothing. Babylon is so damn wicked. I'm different, feeling blessed. Listen if you stress, forgive, don't forget. Everyone nervous, searching for a purpose. If you workless, then you workless. If you worship with the corrupt, it benefits violence and sex. Thoughts of death, loss of breath, missed a step, close to the edge, gain my consciousness. Demons want this, obsessed with my gift, try to grab it. Test my reaction, I'll start attacking. Power projected in the direction, stopping villains infected, ones neglected. Speak to correct it, righteous words invested. You may be affected by my message. You may be affected by my message.
That was amazing. And you memorized all of that too. You know, that also takes a lot of discipline. And you know, in a way, it's kind of like empowering, you know? Like when you conquer fear, when you conquer things that are scary, you know, doing things that are scary, it's like empowering, you know, a lot of ways. And you know, that's the difference between this and competitions. Is here is a place where we're not judging. We're here to support and help grow, you know?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. You know? And I hope to see you here again next week.
Yeah.
You know, or at least whenever you can. I hope the same of all of you, actually. I need soul! I mean, performers! Yes, of course. That second, first, yeah, you know, the first thing I said. I didn't say anything before that. Yes. All right. Okay, Jeeves, coming up here.
Cheese at the end of this. Look, cheese. Cheese.
Wait. Oh, there's no cheese.
I found the cheese.
I thought you were gonna bring me cheese.
Come on, did you hear that joke?
I'm really disappointed.
I brought the cheese.
Where's
I
my
brought,
cheese? All right.
If you listen really close to the song, I also brought the wine.
Oh,
Fuck, is this thing on? How you guys been? I haven't been here since September. You remember? Right on. Well, I'll try not to suck as bad as last time.
Oh, you didn't suck last time. You were awesome.
All right, so I get 8 minutes. Yeah. That's probably 2 of them. I started off writing this one for my dad, and then halfway through, I thought I was rewriting it, and I started writing it about an ex. And I realized that what I was really writing about was not giving up on yourself when somebody else is giving up on you. Should have tuned before. That would have helped. It's called Beautiful Disaster. It's okay. Leave behind this place. I'll pick up the pieces, throw it all away. And I'll take all the blame, and you just smile and slip away. It's okay. Leave leave me on the shelf. You just serve yourself, yeah. Such a fake. No one believes a word you say. Heard it all before. No one loves a bellyache. And if you come to love, you better learn to sing the blues. 'Cause no one deserves to win. They never had to lose. Every day they'll make you choose, yeah. Throwing all I know right into the open grave. See if all our failures could ever equal peace. And waiting for the day when suddenly I wake to find everything we feared was simply rageous style. A beautiful gone wild. It's okay, I'll just learn to hide my face. Lock away my pain, take the fall from grace. I don't have a fantasy going on to fool me, yeah. So it's okay, I won't lose my mind. You just leave it all behind. I wrote this one for Mel. Now that's on mine. Forgot there's a fucking camera up there. Oops. Well, that's out now, so it's called Nobody to Hold Tonight. Saturday night, keep it locked down tight. Need more than to bleed for the peace, keeping deep feelings out of sight. Like the cut of your smile, the dark mystery style. It's high time you took a ride out of Eden, tried the other side of life for a while. Come on, baby, don't you hide your light inside. So hot and so damn cold, man. We both got nobody to hold tonight. We ought to make it right. You got nothing to say. See it fade to gray. The night falls and the die will come crawling, saying nothing though can ever stay. Keep running away a little more every day. Deep inside there's a fire still alive that says you didn't give it all away. Come on, baby, don't you hide your light inside.
so hot and so damn cold, man. We both got nobody to hold tonight. We ought to make it right. Get the slow ass dance. Need to take a chance. Your rock and roll soul needs a whole new spark. Now the stroll in the park romance. Answer's not in your hands. Look circumstance. So easy, baby, just get easy. Yeah, get out of your seat and dance. Come on, baby, don't you hide your light inside. So hot, so damn cold. Both got nobody to hold you tight. We ought to make it right. We ought to make it tonight. Till the moment is right. Thanks, you guys are awesome. Oh, yeah. You know, no, not yet. They're coming.
They're coming?
They're coming.
Oh, if there's CDs coming, I want one signed. So I can add it to my music library. So I can listen to it.
Soon.
Actually, you know, that's the thing. You know,
It's the party at the Wandering Ghost.
I'm wandering.
Yeah, at a rival coffee shop, I will be having a record release party March 11th.
Oh, I'll make sure to wear a disguise. Ha, 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 ha.
8.
Yes. At 8. Anyway, we were at the Final 5. Hold on a second.
Yeah, it's cutting in and out.
Yeah, what's going on? I wasn't doing that earlier. What the fuck? Okay, well, who cares? All right. Technology's a dick. Actually, no, technology is more like a drug. A hard drug.
Come on.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, screw the microphone.
Come on.
For right now, just because it's now be all finicky, I will say, speak loudly and clearly. Project. Use your diaphragm. Brian. Come on out. Don't trip on the cord. The cord's a triple. It's an asshole. Take it away.
It's a joy to be here this evening. The first poem is called Goodbye Angels. I sometimes feel like I destroy everything I touch. If you can't destroy light, then all I can do is make things stronger. I want to touch the sun. You don't possess that which you kill. That which you kill possesses you. Compassion is coming back in a big way, y'all. Just because something is true doesn't mean it can't be said nicely. We can harness the power of misguided, infinite chaos through the universal application of love. I want to share some of this energy, those heart images. For the poison to properly work, you must choose to die at the end. Tell me, for I will listen. Call it a soul, call it chi, call it whatever you want. You can even call it nothing. That's when the whisper speaks to you the most. That's when the unseen becomes visible. When you can give fear the credit it deserves and move on. When you realize the different degrees of attachment. If I make expectations, I feel like a dying God. If I don't meet expectations, I feel like I'm killing a God. Sometimes you have to come back from reality.
Woo!
This one is called The Tape from the Library. As I look into the reflecting pool, I notice the reflection of my object. It rotates on an ancient unseen axis. With each rotation, I notice a more beautiful feature. To the right of the pool is my container. What did I leave in there so long ago? I count to 10 and treat myself to a short dream about a kite without a string. A titanium balloon drifting, ascending into the stratosphere. As the pressure disperses, I become infinite. I used to get into the pool slowly. Now I do a cannonball.
Oh, thank you. Are you still being an asshole, microphone? Apparently. Apparently. I know. Technology, man, it's a hard drug. Except it's a soft drug. It's not like a drug you have to go to rehab for. It's like, someone invented fire. I better go to a clinic about that. Hey, fire. Using fire, basic technology. Just saying. I better think about that before you start arguing about technology, man. It's been around since we started making things. Blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada, yada. Anyway, Jacob! 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 Hey! The microphone sucks. Just pretend it's not even there. Just pretend. Yeah, no. Wait, no, it's off. Because I turned it off. Okay, yeah, you can have it. Yeah, mine set out randomly. That's because they
Mike whisperer.
That's
Oh yeah, for Noah. The Noah outlet. Oh yeah. Yes, I think.
Okie dokie. Poedocalyptical. Polkadoctalyptical. Okay, so what happens when that happens? It pulls on action. All happening in a once. The covered heads react to the cycle, past now obturating beginning of the stephan formed into quad form, into internal and air serening theo of crossed brid glitter, the relaxation taken presence os alter into the supex to win the deep six. Gus allowed the deep sykes. Berg in train crossed bridgel disport. Portion of the hapgul from fluid to the fluid guaze allow pingend when interior guaze allowing that hand happened. It's a back to its original re-intention. So let's go Betor in shape and auto the supex stick and relax and see how that happens. This is what shaped and ongoing to it's called a cycle. This rearer and infram to draw even more a jurisprudence of deep salodia 6 prior to low the deep 6 okay bridges crossed bridges as released to also releases pi quado binex gem smell spinip pre from quia femon bria bex gem sup gem if once the and is formed and the drop of the heads in motion requisite to bind heads and releases. Questions? Gemin lines, antergus, up down, obtuator, in out quad.
Gulim Oxio allowed the dental ilium between ant and imp, white torch, abduction, hip mendrot, flex hip. Dangius allows the deep sixer, a nervous sia, ticklin, coherent kesh, no sense. Enough legson, coherence. Let's eat a whole pig ass. Pork in for my lingerie. Go heading to this. Oh, I don't know. I'm not going to do it this time. Oh, out of all the crosses, only one feminine, only one O-ring. Antlers and spinal, and all of the extended, the wisdom traditions. And oh, yeah, my bent pulls back to origin, to garment, imperceivable, to straightforward, not complicated in the least, foraging for a cosmic cosmosis. Tricky to study, might want to Google to get more views. This is evolutionary wise, all of the part of, and going from this position in defying every aspect of visible weaving, conventional scientific instruments. And I know you would think this is obviously immense amount of pressure. How things need to concordinactidactic didarnit, that thoughts are not fucking things. They are no cycles and copies everything it incubates. Everything that kids are one of it is. It's so big that it tries to think, oh, what I have to be, but it's so huge that it takes up a table and splits into delineation, punning. Anteriogenesis, arthrock in hearth, alteration of temporal mastery, in which henceforth has and has not what ends a little higher than the fourth principle, which is the fourth principle, principal, all pointed to a sylectical unity of linking, resolves in unison, and we follow forever. We wish to release, dissipate, and evaporate, frothing, a beautiful spiral that we go down. And I think I've made our point in that in love, our form is lucid, stum. What is coming around is actually a line, quite pulling to hear. What else is going to happen? Golden age upon us, freeing consciousness in all forms and dissolving physical, mental, energetic language to return to the sounds heard through the womb as we recommence our idiosavanteric coalescence, as we catalyze joy and glee into a where am I at though? Dialide into where it ought to wear, to when they what to do for where it is what I'm for a quest whore and loc cap Mexcathrosis Nishella Thrish, I'm trill, lime testosterone, telemecha, high mecha, he heavy way, mourn the birth of privacy, segregated into which is the full room of tears that I brought from a year of servitudinal satire. Shift out of Miami. Whoa, dude, do done away. He will no dual shift on Monday. When you off shift out of my bra, sundressed on it for an off it, dumb and I, brush on the colorway, embryo invited her and Brian, embroider android, droid android, or embroidered gen droid, embray hang boy and boy, I have music up android, invoice on envoy, I'm joyed, embroider and brighter left on Sheridan, got a brush, need to drop doll, and brush need to drop celebration, if you drop a celebrex and not creek imprint on dread, going up, going to have a daughter, to have a guy, and the guy not give a good park, what did good on the color start and on gone where written rule, I'm gonna sark umbrella Emma drone that I should ormro good about Adam Rado, I come pick me up Rick, yes truck, Crondil deme which cranch crow, what flame which, what an apron, made of Satan, stolen bacon, slave rewatch, litcher, chopper, apple, lopping chapels, game for a faller, lane, outer game on chalks, Xended, said them was Sass Swede, Terra, Thero, Lil yeah, I, Gosh, Dorby, Sail, Ale, Sane, Sail, Terra, Certe, Restore, Sated, Setchion, Mare, Salamel, Wallapus, Vor, Lave, Awale, Grea, Brio, Trans, Same, Line, Latin, Sleasure, Lasting Pleasure. Lasting Pleasure. Latin Sleasure. Quinn across Bleed Noser. Skune across Bleed Noser. Name the chosen. Almost done. Name the chosen. The
Time's
Ocean
up!
Ocean.
Time's up! Cha 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 cha!
Suck the pus. Clear the air with error. Ejaculate. Cha 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 cha. Cha cha.
That was awesome. I think that was fun. Oh man. God, I swear next time if someone's reading off their phone, I'm totally gonna read along. So beware. Seriously though, that was great. Plus, it's nice to having. Anyway, so I didn't mention, but this is the Poetocalypse. All poetry is about to break loose. Something. This microphone's like playing a broken Mario game. I fucking hate it. Stefan, come on out here. Man, second time. All right, second time doing this. The first time that recording messed up, so I'm doing one that I wrote today, like 20 minutes ago, about my daughter, and then one about my dad, because of that. All right, Aslan, this is for you. I love you more than the sun and the moon. February 2nd, 2015, my life changed forevermore. A proud new father who didn't know what was in store. You came out all scrunchy face, crying and covered in yuck. I watched in shock as they flipped you around, patted you dry, and put that thing in your nose that sucked. What happened next, I will remember till the day I die. I gave you my hand, you gripped my finger, and I started to cry. At that point, it hit me like a professional pitcher throwing a rock. I never knew I could love like this. I was in shock. The love I felt was something I didn't know. However, to my surprise, every day, that uncontainable love sure does grow. I am sorry your mom and I are not together. Please believe me that this way life will be much better. Well, enough of that. Let's get to the good stuff, like the way you giggle when I kiss your neck or go rough, rough, rough. The way you wobble around with your hands in the air like this, because it's super funny. But unfortunate way that you have my same hair. If my hair was forward, literally my daughter's hair is like this all the time. She has like a death lock. How about how you love to take naps around the house, or take laps around the house running from me, or the way that you hold me and lay your head on my chest as I sing. Sometimes I sit and watch you sleep, silently crying because I'm so happy. The feelings rush through my body, sending tingles and joy through it, ever so sappy. Every second you're around, I'm screaming inside like a happy little boy who just so happened to get his favorite toy for his birthday. Aslan, I wouldn't have it any other way. My joy is to love you and to do everything I can to set the example to be the best kind of man. Excitement can't explain the feelings I get watching you mature. Some crazy fun conversations around the corner, I'm sure. What do you want to be when you grow up, I'll ask. You'll probably say, like Princess Sophia, duh, Dad. So this is the end, so let me be clearest. You're my baby girl, my Aslan, and I'll always be your daddy dearest. So this one I might just cut my time with this, just because it's kind of long. So this was to my dad, Daddy Dearest. That's what I called him, so I had my daughter call me that. Hey Dad, I don't know what to say. About 2 weeks ago, my best friend went away. Not to the store for cigarettes, the doctor, or even a weekend trip. You finally found peace and said, "Oh, fuck this shit." Pardon my language, as I mean not to offend, but that is how he was all the way to the end.
As a kid, you were there and taught me it all: how to ride a bike, laugh at myself, and throw a ball. You were my my hero, big, comforting, and strong. You molded my conscience and taught me right from wrong. As a kid, there were times when I didn't think you were around. However, you were sacrificing it all, working long hours and never making a sound. Life was rough and you were never really there. Instead of your efforts, I just thought you didn't care. You told everyone else how special I was and how much you loved me. At the time, it was hard because everyone knew it but me. Even though all of that was present and the situations piled, you excited Nicole and I every time you said, "I'm going to beat you like a redheaded stepchild." Meant tickling, no offense. You opened my world to the little Berkeley train and exploratorium. It was sublime, always surprising me and sometimes something special time after time. As I grew older, you were the place to go for advice. You pushed me to be better and to not stress, have fun with life. In high school, everyone knew you for going on hilarious rants or saying, "Hey, look at this," while mooning and pulling down your pants. Our relationship was still rocky as I was finding myself. It also took a number on us when you started losing your health. We moved all the time and it was tough, I can't lie. No matter what, you always kept us grounded. You are my rock, my big guy. In adulthood, our relationship changed. We talked, laughed, we cried, and did everything. You became my best friend and my confidant. You continued to embarrass me around friends as I laughed and said, "Oh, stop." I will never forget that day we sat and had that conversation. You said, "I'm proud of the person you are and love you more than anything, Stefan." You couldn't have known how much I have waited and how much that meant. I told you you were the best dad I could have ever asked for. In that moment, moment was misspent. Daddy dearest, I love you with all of my heart. You inside me that gives me the strength to not fall apart. We spent an hour or more a day together for the last couple of years. You held me close when I was hurt and lost and soothed my sad or happy tears. You would pull me close, wrap your arms around me, and say, "How you doing, Bubba?" It was the safest, most comforting place to compare. There was no other. So, Pops, big guy, Daddy dearest, I just want you to know, with you passing, it won't stump me in life, but instead help me grow. You were my life, my dad, my father, and best friend. So I will wear my smile proudly, knowing you're with me till the end. I love you, Daddy dearest. This next is not to be catty. My homage to you, Dad. Till next time, suck a fatty.
When you said that thing earlier, you did have like 6 minutes left. Are you going to be a nice microphone? I don't care. There's only 2 poets left. So you better be nice. You're embarrassing me in front of the audience. Stop it! You've been a bad object. Seriously, you don't even have a brain. You don't know any of this. You don't know. You're a microphone. If you knew. Yeah, you're just trying to make an ass of me. It's okay. I already have an ass. I don't need your bullshit. Fuck you. I'm just gonna press the upstairs. I'm gonna go die. It's looking I'm better off playing Mario Chaos Edition. Hey, it was made by a hacker. They can't sue me. Except they can. Screw you, YouTube, and your fucking fair use false claims. Yeah. It's a real issue. Look it up later. Sonia! Penultimate poet of the night.
Somehow and somewhere, there were ice cubes. Then the Suniarchy began. It systematically burned up every dream, hope, fear, melted them into a puddle of despair and disrespect. Never again shall there be shiny hearts sparkling with cold brew. Molasses-ass determination. No, they are destroyed. Everything will be rerouted. My mice, my vice, your wife. They crawled through videotape castles, milled about in sister sad hassles. They trampled, you can't unfold the car until the right pitch springs from your lips like the sap-soaked bark that catches sun rays and consumes all of my days. Then it crumples, driving 70. And you finally realize what velocity means. Every seam now's just a dream. Pour me some more cream. The spring is obscene. Water bubbles from rocks. The ink won't drop from the top of the hand to the bottom of everything. Somewhere, somehow, I will astound myself. The smiles will turn into hatred. The chorus of voices will despise my eyes and my thighs and my tries. On that day, I'll understand that the thumb disappears when the vision blurs and my heart drops and I don't know what to say or why I just said that. Right in that is the human. Right there is something that bright eyes and snappy tongues and productive hands has got nothing on. Oh no, I'll harvest tomatoes out of that shit. And then they'll rot and stink up this whole fucking kitchen. Golden globes of fruit that have no vegetable rights. Trimigration will fill the nation with impatient inspiration and will lamit tantalization. The novelty is fading from stop sign red to the mess of my bed and into said grayness. I will do the things I think about, and we will dream about biscuits tonight.
Gravy and biscuits. Punk rock.
Raw vegan biscuits.
Did you say raw eggs and biscuits?
Raw vegan biscuits.
I like my biscuits out of a can, but that's just me. All right, we have made it to the final poet of the night, who's also a first-time reader. Introducing Clark. All right, take it away.
All right. Well, so I have to talk louder now, I suppose. Well, I'd like to start. This is something that I've been working on for a very long time. I've had just about no time to do it in front of an audience. It's kind of like, just in front of a wall. I try to laugh at myself, after you've heard the same damn thing 50 times in a row. It's not funny, but I like to think that other people that would be listening to it for the first time would think it was funny. Give it a shot. And I'm wearing the sunglasses because then you don't know who I'm looking at, It's kind of nice. Works out for me well. And, like you see my getup here. And, yeah, well, I mean, I like attention. Okay? This is where it's actually starting. Like the first thing is I like attention. So, this is entirely the thing. So, okay. So I like attention. I'm not sure if you guys noticed, because I'm wearing from your angle, like from my angle, I'm just wearing I had another one, but I don't know where it went, and I have this thing on my wrist here, and those were gonna be on these, like hold them up to here, and then I was like, oh no, I can't get them on my shoes, but this is just all part of the script, so it's kind of funny how that all works out. And even part of it was like, make sure that either you can get a cup of coffee or bring yourself a cup of coffee. And I forgot to get a cup of coffee, but on the way there, I knew that there would be coffee there. And that's actually part of the script that I had to make there's two parts of it. And if they did have coffee, then I would go with one part of the script. But if they didn't, I would have to go with the one where I actually brought the coffee. So anyways, it's a really complicated script. And for all you know, this is actually just one script and I have this exactly planned out. But on the other hand, I might just be kind of, just jumping around and explaining how things are working here. So anyways, all right. Kind of nice how this is not even the actual show, but is it? We don't really know.
Right, let's do the show. Let's do the show.
All right, okay, all right, the actual show. Wait, that was the actual. No, I'm just kidding. No, that was it. Just kidding. No, it actually was not the actual show. So, boy, this is really good coffee. This is really good coffee that I brought. I've memorized both. I forget where I am when I'm on stage. So usually I'm high when I do this. When you're not, state dependent memory. You know how when you get really wasted and you're like, oh, remember that last time we were wasted and we were like this wasted and it was so great because we were doing all these things and we were so wasted, but we remembered it enough. Like, I remember I blacked out and you guys all had to tell me what I did. But this time I actually remembered what I was doing. But I only remember it when I get that wasted again. And it's so tough because when you get that wasted, it's like, well, I'm blacked out. And you remember it when you're blacked out and you're talking about that last time you got wasted and you were like this. But the next day they're like, hey, remember last night, dude, you were just acting like an idiot and you were just talking about that time you got really wasted. And I was like, well, which time? And they're like, I don't know. I don't remember how you were describing it. Don't you remember you were? No, I was blacked out. I don't even remember another time that I got this way. Oh, you must have been blacked out for all of them. So, state dependent memory, it's kind of nice, Take drugs before your tests at school and make sure you take them when you're studying before you learn how to do the stuff before you take the tests at school, right? College. Or at least that's what you learn at college. You learn to do that, then you apply it to the real world, where college only matters if you care about what people think, which is important in a monetary system, which sucks. Right? Let's just grow a bunch of stuff with all the machines we have, but it's not profitable for anyone. Anyway, this is supposed to be fun. No, this is poetry. This isn't funny. This is serious. What are you laughing from? No, laugh. I like it. So anyways, and because one of the nice things about this glove here, remember script is pretty cool, right? How long did he take to memorize each laugh and facial expression, and is he turning because that's part of the script, or he's just anxious about what he's doing? How much did this guy put into it? Is this actually his first time? Where's this guy from? So anyways, so I brought these gloves with me, and I'm actually from Chicago, from the Chicago northwest suburbs. Woo, yeah, no, Chicago, yeah, it sucks compared to here, right? I say that wherever I go. Not everywhere. Some places do suck much more than Chicago. But, once again, this way the script goes if you're here. This way the script goes if you're here. So you guys you don't even know where in the script you are, but that's okay, because this is scripted. And someone give me it's like a 2, 3. Okay. That was a pause in the script on the timing, but was it? I don't know. No, you want the time on it? Yeah, 3 minutes. Okay, good. And it's like, okay, 3 minutes left. Where do you continue this at? So, okay, so anyways, I was drinking this coffee the other day, and I thought, this kind of reminds me of this time that I did cocaine, and it was the first time that I'd ever drank coffee, and someone told me, wait a second, you're drinking coffee for the first time, but you've done cocaine a whole bunch. Tell me what you think. And I said, well, one of them's cocaine, like this. So that was that. So the first time that I ever smoked pot, was wondering whether or not this was actually a show that I was performing, or if I was actually one of the people in this audience that I'm looking at, but you don't know that I'm looking at you, that's actually watching me. And, there's not a big enough scope for me to have to turn that far. So who is it? We don't know. So this is just your own personal reality here, Harry Potter. So, okay. So anyways, guys, so we were on the drug speak here. So I think we probably have about 90 seconds here left. So this place called Oregon, Washington, Colorado, Alaska, if I made one of them, how cool is that? They let pot be legal, and then you can get on this hallucinogenic platform that you can never do unless you're on a hallucinogen, which is illegal most places. That's why, there's a whole bunch of other drugs that do that. But so you ride out this train of thought, and when your train derails, then you have to build more track. And if you don't have track, well, then it just crashes and you got to start all over again. And, isn't pot so much fun? You're philosophical and everything tastes good or whatever. But they know they're, here, remember, You're a place that's way part of the script you've never done in any other places. It's like, it's so nice. I mean, I'm used to doing this regardless of if I'm stoned or not. But, you know, this time I am, and when I wrote it, I wasn't. Just kidding, it's the other way around. Who knows? What's he saying? So I was, you know, this is pretty much winding down to the end of the script here. And at least for the time limit, it can, you know, jump around to a whole bunch of different places. You know, those choose your own adventure books. Aren't they great? You know, like you read those and you're like, oh, my life. It's like I can choose my own adventure. But I don't get to like scroll through each page individually. Like I'm gonna read this page, then this page, and you get to read through all of them, and whichever one has the best ending, you choose it. But you don't get to do that in life. You don't get to choose. Just get one. Just get one opportunity. You just get one. Thank you. Thank you guys. My name's Clark. I'll hopefully be on that page.
It was awesome. Man, this has been a good night, I gotta say. And you know what? Sooner or later, all of us run out of time. Okay, look, man, don't hug me. I'm scared. Don't shoot, please. Anyway, I have an idea. Crazy idea. So I have like all these typewriters at my house, right? I think like, I don't know, 2 out of 4 work. So I've been thinking I might try and put together a fundraiser and auction off them typewriters so I can get money for better equipment and advertising and shit. Yeah. I mean, this is a badass event. The fact that through word of mouth, all these people show up. Imagine what would happen if suddenly I sold out and started advertising in the weekly. Is it really selling out if I'm like trying to get money to do it? But, you know, I'd say starting next week, I'm going to be asking for donations again. You know, it can be anything that's money. You know, it can't be poop. It can't be food. It can't be fingers. I mean, if you give me a human skull, you know, I mean, I'll just keep that between you and me. Just don't do it in front of the other people. Anyway, thank y'all for coming out. See you next Tuesday. Fuck, yeah, 1 year. 1 year I've been the host. Ah, yeah.
I can't not.